There's nothing like stepping off of a ferry and entering a strange new land first thing in the morning. Hi, I'm Jeremy. Thanks for watching. Well, exciting day today. A new country, Estonia. On the ferry from Åland this morning, I woke up about 7:30. I went upstairs to wait for Masayo. I checked my blood sugar and it was 167. Much better than the nonsense of yesterday. Masayo eventually found me and I went and got some breakfast for us at this little cafe. Pretty simple breakfast, a simple Humalog shot. And in the cold morning, through the ferry windows, we watched Tallinn get bigger and bigger. Arriving in a new country is always exciting, and it's especially exciting arriving by ferry into the capital, which is right on the coast of Estonia. Now, the ferry terminal itself was a very warm and friendly building, nice and inviting. There was an English sign welcoming us, but I'm not here for the English. The Estonian language is related to the Finnish language, and neither of them are related to the other Nordic languages at all. Estonian has not only a bunch of dots above its letters, but it has a lot of double letters. I don't speak Estonian or Finnish, but I love looking at them. Reading Estonian or just looking at Estonian signs is great fun for me. I don't understand them, but I just love the way it looks. It's like a perfect language. It seems very fun, very whimsical to me. So I was very excited to see my first Estonian in the ferry terminal, Pääslinna, to town. And we got our bearings in the building as we looked through a gigantic window into the heart of Tallinn. How exciting. It wasn't really that great at first. It was 4 degrees Celsius and there was a cold rain falling. We were irritable. We'd only gotten like 5 hours of sleep on the ferry. And we got lost a little bit on our way to our hotel. It was too early to check in, but they let us keep our big bags there, and we wandered out into Old Town Tallinn, which is nearby, and is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. We decided against the elevator. Old Town Tallinn is a genuinely amazing place. It's full of cobblestone streets and little alleys that wind around and seem to shoot off in odd angles. It's full of these colorful old buildings that seem newly restored, these lovely little parks and great little courtyards. Everywhere there are little shops and little cafes that are just there for people in the know or for people who are lucky enough to stumble upon them. The best way to see it is probably at random. I could wander around Old Town Tallinn for hours and not get a sense of the layout. We did make it up to a place on the edge of Old Town called Toompea Hill, which is where most of the famous photographs of Old Town Tallinn are taken from, because that's where you can see all the nice red roofs of Old Town plus the water beyond it. Personally though, I'm not as captivated by the red roofs. I don't think this is the best photograph of Old Town Tallinn. To me, the excitement is down below, down on the streets. Look at this guy, on a cobblestone street, painting buildings upside down. I don't know why, it's just cool. I took this photograph just because I like the name of the street. Uus. U-U-S. What a perfect language. Lunch was at a small restaurant in Old Town. I had meatballs and potatoes and a slice of bread. No lingonberry sauce this time. And my blood sugar at the table was 140. My first blood sugar in Estonia, not bad. The meal was delicious and then it was back outside to see more fun things. I liked the Alexander Nevsky Cathedral. This is an Orthodox church, obviously built by the Russians. Estonians don't seem to particularly remember the Soviet years with warmth, and there's been talk of demolishing this church, but so far it still stands. There's Alexander himself. We stopped into a record store. I did find some Ray Charles records, but more interestingly was this Russian copy of Abbey Road by the Beatles. It may be the most famous album cover in history, and famously, Paul McCartney is not wearing shoes. On this Russian version, however, John is not wearing shoes, and Paul has black shoes on. I don't know why these things were airbrushed in. It might be some kind of Russian copyright law. You're able to print your own Beatles records if you can kind of alter the cover somehow. I don't know what that's about. Absolutely bizarre. But as a Beatles fan, I really thought this was interesting. Later, back in the room, my blood sugar was 257, and it was time for dinner. from a local tourist map, we had chosen a Georgian restaurant called Argo Bar, which was near our hotel. I don't know what Georgian food is like, but why not? Well, unfortunately, the map proved a bit out of date. We got to the location of Argo Bar, and this is what we saw. It had been torn down and was now being rebuilt as condominiums. The rain turned to ice as we kept walking through the dark, cold streets of Tallinn, and we finally settled on a place that sold sushi. Because as the old traveler's adage goes, when you're in Estonia and you can't find Georgian food, go Japanese. This restaurant was kind of cool. It was as if you took the Jetsons and IKEA and Stanley Kubrick's 2001 and mashed them all together. Oh, and there were chia pets all over the counter. Because why not? The sushi was pretty good though. Of course difficult to take insulin for because it's full of rice. But I did pretty good. Later on in the room I was 184. Also in the room we did some laundry with a scrub-a-bag again. And this was the first time I washed these Bluffworks pants. I mean first time ever. I just got them in the mail a few days ago, right before this trip started. As advertised, they dried super duper quick. They're comfortable and they're soft, but when they get wet, the water just goes right off them. I don't know what space-age plastic fibers or whatever they got in them, but it worked well. Good thing and a bad thing about today. Good thing is, we're in Estonia! Bad thing was, the Georgian restaurant was closed. That was a shame. Diabetes thoughts for today. My average blood sugar today was 187, mostly thanks to the one high I got after lunch. The lunch wasn't even that complicated. I don't know why that made me high, and yet the sushi at night with all the rice in it didn't make me that high. Must be the magic of diabetes. So our first taste of Estonia has been excellent. And tomorrow we're going to take a surprising voyage into the gritty bowels of really old town Tallinn. Plus it's my birthday tomorrow. Does that mean blood sugar will be perfect all day long? Is that how diabetes works?